Hi guys, I'm Danny West and you're back with another episode of The Soapbox, your patient education station. And today we were talking about a hot topic called pain. When to push through and when to keep going. And that's pretty much the $1,000,000 question that a lot of people ask me, whether they're a coach, a dance teacher, or even somebody working through pain. The gray area is people don't seem to know, well, when is it okay to again keep going even though I feel pain? But when should I back off? Because the worst thing, I hate when people say, I felt a bit of pain, so I just stopped completely. I just sat out. Yes, there is a place for totally sitting out and resting, but a lot of the time that can do more damage than good. I find especially with kids or teens that don't have a lot of experience with pain, they start to get into this habit of like, every time I feel pain, I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing. And we don't actually want them to keep thinking that. They get what's called kinesiophobia, which is a fear of movement. And so every time they might go to move, they're too afraid to because again, their brain is saying, oh, no, we don't want to do anything because this is going to hurt. And they get into this negative kind of thought virus that anytime they feel pain means bad, means damage. And we want to get them out of that habit. So I've created a really simple rule you can use, again, whether you're a coach, a dance teacher, or even somebody going through pain, is the small, medium, large rule. So you could probably guess where I got these coffee cups, but I thought, why not? It's very Canadian of me. So if you think of your pain, small, medium, and large, okay? See if you could kind of rate it right here, right now. And again, if you're a coach or dance teacher, if somebody comes up to you, a client saying, I'm in pain, ask them small, medium, or large. Basically what I've done is I've taken what's called the VAS scale or the VAS scale, visual analog scale. And it's that stupid question everyone hates is like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your pain right now? Well, a lot of the time, kids kind of get really nervous about it. Even people kind of hate answering it because it's so subjective and they're nervous to put it on a scale of 10. So I say simplify it even more. Give them 3 choices. Is it small, medium, or large? And if you think of it in context of the VAS scale, if they say something like medium, we're probably thinking, okay, it's between maybe 4 to 7, kind of right in the middle. If they say large pain, we're thinking probably 7 plus. And if they say small pain, we're thinking, okay, it's got to be at least below a 5 for them. So I just find it simplifies it really well, not only for the client, but for the practitioner. And it's quick answers. People don't tend to hoe and hum about, I don't know, maybe it's a 6, no, it's a 5. It's just pick out a 3. So it keeps it really simple. So when we're talking about sport or activity and you're currently going through an injury or pain, I want you to start asking yourself, is this small, medium, or large? And here's my rule of whether or not to keep going. If it's kind of small, you can kind of feel it a little bit, keep trying what you're doing, see how it goes. If it starts creeping up to medium here, okay, I'm starting to feel it more, but it's still kind of in between small to medium range. Again, keep going, see how it feels. What you want to be careful about is if it starts getting to medium and pushing past it, it's definitely medium, getting more medium, even into large. That's when we need to back off what we're doing and modify. Again, not completely stop, modify what you're doing first. If you're doing a dance move, maybe keep it small. If you're doing a kick, keep the kicks lower. Keep trying that. Again, if it's still creeping past medium, back it off even more. And if it gets really to the point where no, it's consistently getting past medium, then I would take a break, okay? But it's a way, again, to kind of start self-assessing and asking yourself, okay, small to medium, I'm okay, I'm not gonna freak out. Medium, more medium, okay, we're gonna have a yellow light, a caution. I'm gonna keep trying stuff. If it keeps getting more, I'm gonna back off. What we don't want when we're dealing with pain is pushing in this range here between medium and large. If we're dancing or doing our activity and we're pushing through large, bad news bears, guys. It's not good, okay? That's when we're gonna get into what's called, like, you might have a flare. So that's when after class, you're like, oh my gosh, I really shouldn't have done that. And it throws you for a loop for 3 to 4 days. You can't move. That's when we know we've gone to this range. We've pushed it too much for the body. So keep it between small and medium. And it does a few things. So what it does is it teaches our brain not to totally freak out, for one, if we feel anything. Because again, what I don't want to see is like, oh, I felt it a little bit, so I completely stopped. And so I haven't been doing anything for like 6 to 8 weeks. And it's like, no. Then they get afraid to move. It's called kinesiophobia. Not what we want. So again, it teaches the brain like, okay, we feel is something, we're going to acknowledge the pain, but we're not going to freak out about it, and we're going to see how it goes. And that's how you gently start to introduce movement as well, if it's been a while since you've done anything. Because again, a lot of people get really scared if they're even like small, even a little medium pain. Nothing to worry about, guys. We have to start moving at some point, like we have to live again. So it's my way of keeping the VAS scale super simple. People can usually answer it really quick. And then I use it in clinic as a constant reassessment tool. So say I have somebody who's always had pain with squats. Well, instead of just asking, oh, is that painful? And they say, yeah, it still hurts. I haven't really got any specific information. But if throughout the session, I say, okay, now let's try a squat. Is it small, medium, or large? And they say, oh, actually, like it's just small. Whereas before they answered medium, at least I know there's been a slight noticeable change in their pain level. Instead of just saying, does it hurt? And if they're a kid, they're gonna say, yeah, no, pain's still there. And it starts to just put it on a scale for them to be like, oh, you know what? It's not actually medium anymore. It's more closer to small. So it shows people gains, even if it's a slow go of like, oh, like that used to give me large pain. Now it's just medium. And really rewarding that, because that's huge. And that's how they start to get more comfortable with moving and more comfortable with feeling pain. Because we don't want to freak out every time we feel it. Pain is just a little security alarm the body sets off saying, whoa, whoa, like, be careful here. But it doesn't actually mean there's that much damage. Okay, and that's what's hard to kind of understand. So I hope that keeps it simple for you guys, and especially dance teachers or coaches, if you're working with a client and they're like, okay, that hurt. Again, it's not like super scientific. You don't need to be a physio to ask, oh, do you find like small, medium, or large pain if you had to rate it? And they can usually answer right away and be like, oh, that was medium. Okay, let's try it again, but let's back off a little bit. How is that? Oh, like between small and medium. Cool, let's keep going. Instead of, again, just dropping what you're doing in the session or the class and telling them, okay, let's just avoid that and just go and sit out. That doesn't give a very good message either. So that's a way you can, again, keep encouraging your clients to keep going. You're not being negligent. You're acknowledging the pain, and you're starting to get them thinking about, okay, so a little bit of pain's okay. We don't need to be afraid of it. All right. So I hope that's useful to you. I know I use it all the time, especially with kids. The VAS scale, as simple as it sounds, it's almost like too many numbers to choose from. So keep it simple, stupid, the KISS principle, and hopefully that helps kind of coach through you and or your clients through some pain. Okay? Thanks, guys. That's the soapbox for today. Small, medium, large it, and keep it simple.